Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to bring you some more Strat-o-matic Baseball PC. And we're going to replay Game 1 of the 1970 World Series, Orioles versus the Reds, Riverfront Stadium. Highly controversial game, as you saw with the thumbnail. Bernie Carbo was safe at home plate on the chopper. Orioles catcher Elrod Hendricks tagged Carbo with the glove, but the ball was in the other hand. The umpire blew that call. The Reds should have took a 4-3 lead, and if things had stayed pat with the 4-3 lead, they would have won Game 1. But they didn't. They would lose Game 1 4-3 in extra innings. We will replay this World Series. I will play as the team that lost, the Cincinnati Reds. We are using Strat-o-matic Baseball 2020 PC version. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's get to the visiting team's lineup. The Baltimore Orioles. Damon Buford will lead off in left field, followed by Paul Blair in center. Batting third at first base, Boog Powell. The cleanup hitter in right field, Frank Robinson. Batting fifth at third base, the human vacuum cleaner, Brooks Robinson. Elrod Hendrick will do the catching and bat sixth. Davey Johnson's at second base, batting seventh. Pittsfield, Massachusetts native Mark Belanger bats eighth and will play shortstop. Jim Palmer is up on the bump. He will pitch and bat ninth. For the 1970 Cincinnati Reds, Johnny Bench behind the plate. Gary Nolan on the mound. And in 1970, Gary Nolan, 18 wins, 7 losses, 3.26 ERA. Lee May at first. Tommy Helms at second. Woody Woodward is at short. Tony Perez at third. Bernie Carbo in left. Bobby Tolan in center. And Pete Rose in right. Pretty formidable defense in the outfield for the Reds. So here's Don Buford. Buford batted .272 with 17 homers in 1970. Buford switch hitter batting lefty. Nolan on the bump is a righty. Here's the pitch. Game 1 of the 1970 World Series from Riverfront Stadium is on its way. Buford lines a shot to Woodward at short, 1 down. Reds fans like that. That'll bring up the Baltimore Orioles center fielder Paul Blair. Blair, .267 with 18 homers. Right-handed stick. Corners are playing in for Blair. Perez in at third. May in at first. Gary Nolan, he's ready. Johnny Bench sets the target. The pitch to Paul Blair. Blair's going to swing the stick and take this ball out to right field, and Pete Rose. Rose on the run. Should make the play. Towards the line. Charlie Hustle has it. 2 down. 2 down for the Baltimore Orioles. Base is empty for the power-hitting first baseman, Boog Powell. Powell, 35 homers and a .297 batting average in 1970. Left-handed power bat. Nolan looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Bench sets the target. The pitch to Boog Powell. Powell. Jam. Pops it up left side. Woodward calling for it, and the Red shortstop makes the play. 1-2-3 go the Baltimore Orioles. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's give you the Cincinnati Reds lineup. Pete Rose is in right. He'll lead off, followed by the center fielder Bobby Tolan. Tony Perez bats third. Johnny Bench is the cleanup hitter. Lee May at first. Bernie Carbo in left. Tommy Helms will bat seventh and play second. Woodward is at short, and Gary Nolan bats ninth and does the pitching. Joining us here at the ballpark, Butch Haber, hope all is well, and Highlight Heyday. Check out that wonderful YouTube channel. Behind the plate for the Orioles, the man with the controversy in Game 1, Elrod Hendricks, or as they call him here, Ellie Hendricks. Again, Carbo was safe at the plate on the chopper. Hendricks tagged him with the glove, but the ball was in the other hand. Thus, Carbo was safe, but they called Bernie out. At first base, Boog Powell, Davy Johnson at second, Mark Belanger at short, Brooks Robinson at third. That's a very good defensive infield. Buford in left, Blair in center, and Frank Robinson in right. So here's Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle, 15 homers, .316 batting average. Switch hitter batting lefty, Palmer on the mound. Jim Palmer, 20-10 with a 2.71 ERA in 1970. Palmer deals to Rose. Rose pops it up left side. Robinson calls off Belanger. And Brooksy makes the catch, one down. Bobby Tolan steps to the plate, 16 homers, .316 batting average, left-handed batter. The pitch to the red center fielder, Bobby Tolan. Palmer, curveball. Strike three. Freezing Bobby on the hook. 2 outs, base is empty for Tony Perez. 40 home runs for Tony and a .317 batting average. Perez, right-handed power hitter. Palmer nods his head. Hendricks sets the target. The pitch to Tony Perez. Perez rips that shot to left. That is a single. Perez at first. Here comes Johnny Bench. Bench tremendous in 1970. Let's show you his card. It's unfreaking believable. 45 homers, 148 ribbies, and he batted .293. Again, I'm playing as the Reds. Normally, I would not steal with Johnny Bench at the plate, but we have an 80% chance of making it if we get the lead. Only an 11% chance to get the lead. Perez, will he get the jump? No, he will not. Good job by Palmer and Boog Powell holding him on. Perez shortens his lead up. Palmer peeks to first, now in at Hendricks. The pitch to Johnny Bench. The Reds catcher jammed, pops it up right side. Powell calling for it. He'll make the catch. The side is retired. We're through one, no score here in Game 1 of the 1970 World Series. Due up for the Orioles, Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson, and Elrod Hendrick. Frank Robinson, 25 homers, .306 batting average, right-handed batter. Gary Nolan is ready. He rocks and deals to Frank Robinson. Robinson swings the stick, sends it to center field. Bobby Tolan has a beat on it. He makes the play, one down. That will bring up the Orioles' third baseman, Brooks Robinson. Brooksy, 276 with 18 homers, another right-handed batter. Nolan nods his head. Bench sets the target. The pitch to Brooks Robinson. 1 out, no one on. Robinson rips a single to center. Robinson at first. 1 out for the Oriole catcher, Ellie Hendricks. 12 homers with a .242 batting average. Reds hope to turn 2 in the infield. The pitch to Hendricks. Nolan pours it in. Hendricks pulls the ball to right. Rose will make the play. Robinson retreats back to first. 2 outs. Brooks Robinson will be off on contact. Davy Johnson, the Orioles' second baseman, 10 homers, .281 batting average. Right-handed batter. Bench goes through the signs. Nolan nods his head. He kicks and deals to Davy Johnson. Johnson will work a walk. So with 2 outs, there's 2 on. Robinson at second. Johnson at first. Mark Belanger at the plate. Pittsfield, Massachusetts native. .218 with 1 home run. Jim Palmer on deck. Nolan takes a deep breath. Peeks over his shoulder at Brooks Robinson. Now looks in at bench. He deals to Mark Belanger. Belanger will work a walk. And this is all 2-out trouble for Gary Nolan. Robinson at third, Johnson at second, Belanger at first, Jim Palmer at the plate. Palmer, also known for his underwear ads, can he help his own cause? The pitch to Jim Palmer from Gary Nolan. That ball's going to be struck towards the shortstop, Woody Woodward. Woodward backhands it, pivots, and fires to first. The side is retired. Nice play by Woodward at short. Orioles leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the second. No score here. Game 1 of the 1970 World Series. Due up for the Reds, Lee May, Bernie Carbo, and Tommy Helms. Lee May, 34 homers, .253 batting average, right-handed batting first baseman. Palmer's ready. He deals to May. Strike 3 on the breaking pitch. 1 down. Palmer really mixes his speeds well. That'll bring up Bernie Carbo. Carbo, 310 with 21 homers. Left fielder who bats lefty. Carbo awaits the Palmer offering. Pitch inbound to Bernie. Bernie Carbo pulls it right side. Davy Johnson up with it. Over to Boog Powell. 1 down. 2 down. Base is empty for Tommy Helms. Helms with a homer and a .237 batting average. Palmer looking for the 1-2-3 inning. Hendricks sets the target. The pitch to Tommy Helms. 2 outs, base is empty. Tommy Helms scorches one right at Belanger, and the side is retired. Helms hit it on the screws, but the line drive right at the Orioles shortstop. We are through 2, no score here in Game 1 here in Cincinnati. Top of the third for the Orioles, and it's the top of the order. Buford, Blair, and Powell. Buford 0 for 1. The windup and the pitch to Don Buford. I might have called him Damon Buford in the beginning. That ball is going to be hit out to left, and Bernie Carbo. Carbo, not with the best range, but he's going to make a diving attempt on this play. On the sinking line drive towards the line. Carbo stretches out, and he makes the catch. 1 down. Nice play by Bernie Carbo. He covered a lot of ground there. As Steve Roses, I hope I pronounced that right. Carbo drafted before bench. You are correct. Bernie Carbo would have been a hell of a baseball player. He, as most people know, had a horrible substance abuse problem. And he was drafted before bench. I do believe you are correct, Steve. Thank you for joining us. Hope all is well. Here's Paul Blair. He flew out. He's 0 for 1. Nolan to Blair. Blair slaps it to Woodward at short. Over to May. 1 down. Scoring at home 6-3. 2 down. I keep saying 1 down. Need a little more coffee, Al. Base is empty for Boog Powell. Powell popped out. Bench goes through the sides. Nolan quickly nods his head. He rocks and deals to Boog Powell. Powell pulls the ball to Helms at second, and the side is retired. Bottom of the third, no score here in Cincinnati. Due up for the Reds, Woodward, Nolan, and the top of the order, Pete Rose. As Steve says, close enough, Al, with a big smile. Thank you very much, my friend. And I think he's wearing, it's tough to see a little, I think you're wearing a Giants cap. I always liked the San Francisco Giants baseball cap. Woody Woodward, first at bat against Palmer. Palmer pitches to Woodward. Woodward swings the stick, sends it down to Brooks Robinson at third, over to Boog Powell, 1 down. Gary Nolan, the Reds pitcher, steps to the right-hander's batter's box. He'll do battle against his counterpart, Jim Palmer. The pitch to Gary Nolan. And Nolan works a walk, just what you don't want to do. You don't want to walk the pitcher who can't hit. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the order, Pete Rose. Rose 0 for 1. Steve says, remember that green artificial turf looked pretty good. You're talking about Candlestick, correct? And also, I hated I didn't dislike Candlestick Park, though. Candlestick Park, even with the turf, had the metal fence, I remember. Sort of, like a mesh fence. And had the wind. So that was... It's a Red Sox cap, Al. Oh, I couldn't tell. That's even better. Boston. Highlight Heyday says, Steve's last name is Rosies. I like it. 1 out, 1 on. The pitch to Rose, 0 for 1. Rose pops it high in the air, left side. Brooks Robinson will make the play, 2 down. Nolan will be off on contact. Here's Bobby Tolan. Tolan was a strikeout victim of Palmer. He's 0 for 1. Palmer pays no attention to Nolan at first. The pitch to Bobby Tolan. Bobby Tolan hits the ball on the screws. Lunging to his right is Davey Johnson. He snares it, and the side is retired. Steve Roses is talking about Riverfront Stadium, about the artificial turf. As I mistakenly thought, I couldn't see his cap properly. I thought that possibly was a SF, San Francisco emblem. Instead, it is the greatest emblem ever in baseball, the Boston Red Sox. Top of the 4th, no score here at Riverfront. For the Orioles, it'll be Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson, and Ellie Hendrick. Here's Big Frank, 0 for 1. Nolan's ready to work. Pitch inbound to Frank Robinson. Robinson, strike 3. Caught him on the breaking pitch. 1 down. No swing by Big Frank. Brooks Robinson steps to the plate. Brooks singled his first time up off Nolan. 1 for 1. On deck is the catcher, Ellie Hendrick. Bench. Goes through the sign, sets the target, the pitch to Brooks Robinson. Robinson will reach on the free pass. He is now on base twice. 1 out, 1 on for Ellie Hendricks. Hendricks, 0 for 1, he flew out. Left-handed batting catcher. Double play ends the inning here. Helms and Woodward, double play depth up the middle. Nolan peeks to first, now deals to Hendricks. Popped up in front of the plate, Bench tosses his mask askew, makes the catch, 2 away. Robinson will be off on contact. Davey Johnson steps to the plate. Orioles second baseman walked his first time up. Here's the pitch to Davey. Les Goliath. And Johnson walks for a second time. Nolan getting himself in a pickle. 2 outs, 2 on. Brooks Robinson at second. Davey Johnson at first. Robinson, a below-average runner. Number 8 batter, Mark Belanger. Belanger walked his first time up. Nolan deals quickly to Belanger, Pittsfield, Massachusetts native. Belanger pulls the ball to left. Carbo's waiting for it. He'll squeeze it. The side is retired. The Orioles strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 4th. No score here in Cincinnati. Due up for the Reds. Perez, Bench, and May. If anyone gets on, Bernie Carbo. Perez 1 for 1. His 1 hit, a single. Palmer deals to Perez. Tony hits it to the right side. Moving towards the hole is Davey Johnson. Johnson has it and will flip to Boog Powell for out number 1. Good range by Davey. Nice backhanded play, ranging towards the second base bag. Now I'll bring up Johnny Bench with the bases empty. Bench popped up. He's 0 for 1. Palmer picks up the sign from Hendricks. He deals to Johnny Bench. Bench. Swing and a miss. Slider down and away. 2 outs for the Reds. That's the 3rd strikeout for Jim Palmer. Base is empty for Lee May. He was a strikeout victim of Palmer back in the 2nd. May digs in. Palmer's ready. The leg kick and the pitch to Lee May. May sends the ball out to right field, and Frank Robinson. Robinson racing towards the ball. He should make this catch. Going towards right center field, reaching out, and makes the play at the warning track. 1, 2, 3, go the Reds. It is a pitcher's duel here at Riverfront Stadium. Top of 5, no score. The Orioles have 1 hit. The Reds have 1 hit. Due up for Baltimore, Jim Palmer. Then the top of the order, Buford and Blair. Palmer grounded out. Nolan deals quickly to Palmer. Palmer makes contact, hits it to the right side. Boog Powell makes the dive, and he does not get it, as it ticks off his glove. I believe Palmer will wind up at second. And he does, so it's a single, and then they give... I'm sorry, that's Lee May who didn't make the play, excuse me. And then Lee May gets an error. So Palmer at second. No outs for Buford. He's a C bunter. Would they bunt him over? We're going to play the infield normal. The pitch from Nolan to Buford. Buford swinging the stick. Sends that ball out to center. Bobby Tolan to his right. Makes the catch. Palmer will not tag. And that will bring up the Orioles center fielder, Paul Blair, who's 0 for 2, a flyout and a ground out. On deck, Boog Powell. The pitch to Blair. Palmer at second. Blair laces this pitch. Left center field, that's going to grab some wall. Palmer will easily score from second. And Paul Blair has just knocked in the first run of this series with a 1-out double. 1-0 Baltimore. The single and error come back to haunt the Reds. Blair at second with 1 out. The dangerous Boog Powell steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. The pitch to Boog from Nolan. Powell. Mighty swing and a miss at the breaking pitch. 2 outs. Blair will be off on contact. And here's big Frank Robinson. Robinson 0 for 2. Nolan peeks over his shoulder. Helms cheats towards the bag, trying to keep Blair honest. Now the pitch inbound to Frank Robinson. 2 outs, 1-0. Robinson slaps it right side. Helms has it, throws to May. The side is retired, but the Paul Blair double gives the Orioles a 1-0 lead. Bottom of 5, Game 1, 1970 World Series. Due up for the Reds, who trail by 1, Carbo, Helms, and Woodward. Bernie Carbo grounded out. He's 0 for 1. The pitch from Palmer to Carbo. Bernie takes a mighty hack and hits nothing but air. He is a strikeout victim of Palmer. Jim now has 4 Ks. He's only given up 1 hit and walked 1. Through 4 1/3. Here's Woody Woodward. He lined out. Palmer nods his head. The leg kick and the delivery to Tommy Helms, Helms pulls it to Robinson. Robinson to Powell like a kid with candy. 2 down. Now Woody Woodward steps to the plate. Base is empty. Nolan on deck. Woodward 0 for 1. The pitch to Woody. Palmer looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He's not going to get it, as that's a single to left. Tying run at first. Only the second hit for the Reds. As Steve says, Paul Blair, wonderful player. Yes, he was. He would play for the Reds and the Yankees later on. Woodward, 80% chance of stealing. We're going to send him with 80% chance. 19% chance to get the lead. He cannot get the lead. It'll shorten up his lead. Good job by Palmer and Powell holding Woodward on. Can Nolan help his own cause? On deck, Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose, Palmer to Nolan. 2 outs. Woodward will be off on contact, but will Nolan make contact? Nolan works a walk. Yes. Unbelievable. I think that's the second time he has walked. Let's quickly go to the box score, as the fans want to hit now. Charlie Hustle steps to the plate. Pete Rose. I do believe Nolan has walked twice. Yes, he has. He's walked twice. Unbelievable. Palmer walks his counterpart twice. Rose 0 for 2. He's popped up twice. Palmer to Pete Rose. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. The 2-out walk to the pitcher doesn't hurt, as Palmer gets another strikeout victim. Top of 6, 1-0 Baltimore. Game 1, 1970 World Series. Jim L., hope all is well. Thank you for joining us. D. Scott Howard's here, along with Highlight Heyday. Check out that wonderful channel. And Steve Rosies is also here. Dave Gardner says, I think I got this World Series matchup for APA Baseball. Cool, Dave. How you doing? 1-0 at the ballpark. Due up for the Orioles, Brooks Robinson, Ellie Hendrick, and Davey Johnson. Brooks Robinson has singled and walked. He's 1 for 1. The pitch from Nolan to Brooks Robinson. Robinson's going to get all of this one. He launches this ball to left center field, and that is kiss it goodbye. Bye-bye, birdie. Bippity-boppity, boom to the moon. Brooks Robinson has just given the Baltimore Orioles a 2-0 lead. To the moon, Alice, to the moon. There was no doubt about that one, as Robinson crushed it to left center. Carbo and Tolan gave a moderate chase and then looked up and knew it was gone. So 2-0 Baltimore with Jim Palmer on the mound. That might just be enough to win this game. Ellie Hendricks, Orioles catcher, steps to the plate. Hendricks, it is Hendricks, had 12 homers in the regular season. Will they go back-to-back jacks? The windup and the pitch from Nolan. Hendricks is going to go the other way. Singles between Perez and Woodward to left. Davey Johnson has walked twice. No official at-bat. Hendricks has a nice lead. Corners are playing in. Do I want to play in? I don't think Davey Johnson's going to bunt. You have Belanger coming up. I don't think Davey Johnson's bunting. I'm playing my defense back. Here's the pitch to Davey Johnson. What the hell do I know? Oh, Hendricks was trying to steal. Good job. We kept him close. Now the pitch to Davey Johnson. And he walks for a third time. Sparky Anderson has that bullpen up. Top of the 6th. No outs. 2-0. Hendricks at second. Johnson at first. Belanger at the plate. I think they're going to bunt now. We'll keep our corners in. Here's the pitch from Nolan to Belanger. Belanger's going to swing the stick. Lazy fly ball to right. Coming in is Pete Rose. Hendricks will not go anywhere. And now Jim Palmer's up. Palmer is grounded, out, singled, reached second on the error on the single by the first baseman Lee May, and scored the first Oriole run. The pitch to Palmer. Will he help his cause again? Ground ball to first. Oh boy, this was all kinds of havoc last time. Will Palmer get the low roll? No, he doesn't, but it will not be a double play either. They'll get the middle runner, Davy Johnson. May goes to Woodward, but they can't turn two. Hendricks they get the lead runner, So they went to third. May went to Perez. Wow. As that's 3-5 across the diamond the other way. 2 outs. Johnson at second. Palmer at first. Top of the order. Don Buford. Buford 0 for 3. The pitch to Donnie Buford. And Nolan's going to get out of the jam. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. But the Orioles get another run. And they now lead 2-0. Bottom of 6th. Reds have some work to do. For Cincinnati, it'll be Bobby Tolan, Tony Perez, Johnny Bench. If anyone gets on, Lee May. This is the heart of their order. Tolan 0 for 2. Corners playing in. Tolan, an excellent bunter. But he's going to swing the stick. The pitch from Palmer. Bobby Tolan. Booyah! He crushes that ball to right center field. You can kiss that one goodbye. Tolan has just cut the Orioles' lead in half. It's now 2-1 on the Bobby Tolan blast. Bippity-boppity boom to the moon, Alice. Boom goes the ball, and Bobby Tolan touches them all to the joy of the Reds fans here at the stadium. And here's Tony Perez. Perez with 40 ding-dongers in 1970. Will he tie it up with back-to-back jacks? Palmer, who looked in total control now, seems a bit set back by that homer from Bobby Tolan. Here's the pitch from Palmer to Perez. And Tony Perez will take a mighty swing and a miss. 1 down. Strikeout number 6 for Palmer. Palmer mixes his speeds well and hits location well. 2-1. 1 out. Johnny Bench 0 for 2. A pop out and a strikeout. He'd like to pop one out of the ballpark and tie the game. Bench 45 homers in 1970. Palmer prepares to do battle with Johnny Bench. He's ready. The windup and the pitch to Bench. And Johnny Bench will single to left past the dive of Belanger. That ball really picks up speed on that turf. Bench at first. Excellent chance if he gets the jump. Palmer's horrible at holding runners on, by the way. Here's Lee May. 0 for 2. Johnny's got the green light. Can he get the jump? Odds are he will not get the jump. And he shortens up his lead. Good job by Palmer and Powell, once again denying a Reds runner. Oh, the jump. Lee May had 34 homers in 1970. If he goes yards, the Reds take a 3-2 lead. Palmer peeks to first, now in at Hendricks. Slide step to the plate, and Lee May. Lee May. Swing and a miss. Slider down and away. Another K for Jim Palmer. That's 7. Here's the youngster, Bernie Carbo. Carbo 0 for 2. 21 homers in 1970. Robert James has joined us. Hope all is well. He says, coming over from the Facebook group to check this out. Well, I hope you enjoy it. We have some fun. We talk some baseball, and we play some baseball. Thank you for joining us, Robert James. Let's see if Carbo can have a clutch hit. Bench will be off on contact. Hendricks sets the target. The pitch from Palmer to Carbo. And Bernie Carbo works a walk. First time he'll, after fouling the pitch back, will now work a walk. Bench goes to second, Carbo to first. Tying run in scoring position, Johnny Bench. Tommy Helms steps to the plate. Let's check out our lineup here. 248, 8 homers. Al Bravo, 277. If we pinch hit for Tommy Helms, Concepcion can actually play second base. Range 3, error 28. Angel Bravo. 65 at-bats. But he hit righties well. Jim Palmer is a righty. I'm going to pinch hit for Tommy Helms. We're going to pinch hit for Tommy with Bravo. Bench at second, Carbo at first. The fans want this hit in the worst way. Bravo, left-handed stick. Again, 277 batting average, only 65 at-bats. No homers. He had a double, a triple, and 3 ribbies. Big moment here for Angel Bravo. Palmer deals to Bravo. Can Bravo come through in the clutch? He works a walk. The bases are juiced. Bench to third, Carbo to second, Bravo to first. Tying run 90 feet away. Carbo the go-ahead run at second. Woody Woodward 1 for 2. Batted .223. Now here's the problem. If we pinch... Oh, I think Cheney's an infielder. Cheney can play... Oh, he's awful. We're not going to put him at second. He's horrible at... Either way, he stinks when it comes to errors. Stewart here. Utility guy. He's not horrible. E28. He could play second. We want to go Davey Concepcion here. I'm going Davey Concepcion to pinch hit for Woodward. So here comes Davey Concepcion. Concepcion 260, 265 at-bats, a homer and 19 ribbies, 3 triples, and 6 doubles. Bench at third, Carbo at second, Bravo at first, 2-1 game. Moment of truth here for Palmer. The pitch to Davey Concepcion. And the moment of truth is won by Palmer. Swing and a miss. Another K for Jim Palmer. And he gets out of the jam. The Reds leave him loaded. We go to the top of the 7th, 2-1, as Bobby Tolan homered for the Reds. All righty, we need a second baseman. I think Concepcion, Cheney, a worse shortstop or a worse second baseman. He's actually a worst second baseman. Stewart. Four. His range is horrible. His error is not... Well, it's an E28. Concepcion's going to stay in. We're going to have him... Davey's going to play... He's not good at short either. Shocking to say that, isn't it? 3-range E48. Concepcion will stay into play short. Bravo did his job. He got on. Hoping he would have got a hit. So, Cheney, 3E50. That's putrid. Or Stewart, 4-range E28. He's a switch hitter. And he had 105 at-bats, batted .267. So Stewart's going to come in and play second. So Concepcion at short, Stewart at second now for the Reds. Top of the 7th, 2-1 Baltimore. They hold a slim lead. Robert James says, I love playing early 70s era and out of the ballpark. Excellent game. I have that one also. We'll be bringing you that to the channel some more also. New games should be coming out soon in February, especially when my Rangers moved to Texas. What a horrible team they were. Yes, they were, unfortunately. Blair 1 for 3. He's doubled in a run. Nolan deals to Blair. Corners playing in. And Blair singles to center. Bobby Tolan fields it, throws it back in. Big insurance run at first. Paul Blair. Boog Powell's 0 for 3. Excellent double play opportunity here if Boog hits it hard at someone. May holding on Blair. The pitch to Boog Powell. Powell. Hard shot to May. May pivots, throws to Concepcion. Back to May. Double play, 3-6-3. Just what the doctor ordered for the Cincinnati Reds and Gary Nolan. 2 outs, top of the 7th, 2-1 Orioles. Frank Robinson's 0 for 3. Nolan steps off the bump, rubs up the baseball. Now he's back up on the perch. Toes the rubber. He rocks and deals to Big Frank Robinson. And Big Frank, swing and a miss. The side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 2-1 Orioles. What a game we have here, folks. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever go back for its root for the Cincinnati Reds. If they lose, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Today is trivia. In 1938, this player established his personal all-time high in RBIs with 175. Wasn't that Hack Wilson? Oh, Jimmy Fox. How could I get double X wrong? Jimmy Fox. Philadelphia A's and Boston Red Sox. Double X, Jimmy Fox. Great player. The Beast, Jimmy Fox. So it's Gary Nolan, Pete Rose, and Bobby Tolan. We've already used 2 pinch hitters. Nolan has pitched very well. We have a decent bullpen. Let's see who we have left on the bench here, folks. Hal McRae's better against lefties. We have Ty Klein, 277. I should have batted Ty Klein. Well, they're both R9s, though. But Klein had more. Well, he only had 65 at-bats, too. Did I click on the wrong thing when I was looking at those guys? All right, let's just do the compare. I like this. This is pretty cool. Let's go to Ty Klein. 34% chance of getting on. Almost 35. Cheney, 24% chance, which we knew that's putrid. Corrales, 25% chance of getting on. Hal McRae, about a 25% chance of getting on. We're going to go Ty Klein to pinch hit for Gary Nolan. Nolan's day is done. He pitched very well. The best part about that is that person had to actually subscribe to my channel. That's funny. Alrighty. So Klein's going to pinch hit. Ty Klein, left-handed batter, 277 average, no homers in 1970. Palmer to Klein, pinch hitting for Nolan. He's going to pull the ball to right. Robinson back to his right. Makes the catch, 1 down. Top of the order now. Pete Rose. He's 0 for 3. The pitch to Charlie Hustle. Palmer pours it in. Another fly ball out to Frank Robinson in right. Rinse and repeat. 2 down. Base is empty for Bobby Tolan. Tolan's knocked in the only run for the Reds, a home run off Palmer in the 6th. The pitch to Bobby Tolan. Can he do it again? Bobby Tolan crushes this ball right center field, but it's not going to get out of here. It's going to be halfway up the wall. It's a 2-out double for Bobby Tolan. The speedy Tolan. The tying run at second, Tony Perez 1 for 3. Will Earl Weaver stick with Palmer? He's going to. Here's the pitch to Perez. Perez will swing the stick. He needs a low roll here. He's not going to get it. Belanger will not boot the ball. He'll throw to Powell, and they'll strand Bobby Tolan at second. We go to the top of the 8th, 2-1 Baltimore. We need a pitcher. All right, let's see what we got here. Clay Carroll. Don Gullett. I believe the asterisk means he's a lefty. I think Gullett was a lefty. 243. All right. They have coming up here, righty, lefty, righty, righty. So we're gonna go with Carroll had 16 saves, 35 saves. We're gonna go with Clay Carroll. He's a righty. Clay Carroll will come in to pitch, try to keep it a 1-run deficit, and take it to the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be Brooks Robinson, Ellie Hendrick, and Davey Johnson. Brooks Robinson 2 for 2 with a homer. His other hit was a single. He's also walked. Clay Carroll, 1970, 9-4 with 16 saves, 2.60 ERA. The pitch from Carroll to Brooks Robinson. Robinson pulls the ball to left. Bernie Carbo will make the play, 1 down. Here's Ellie Hendricks. Oriole catcher's 1 for 3 is 1 hit, a single. Hendricks, left-handed batter. The windup and the pitch from Carroll to Hendricks. Ellie slaps the ball to Perez at third. Perez up with it. Cross the diamond to May. 2 down. 2 down. Base is empty for Davey Johnson. Johnson has not walked once, not twice, but 3 times. 3 free passes. Reds continue to guard the lines. Here's the pitch to Davy Johnson. And there'll be no walk this time. Swing and a miss. The side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Clay Carroll does his JOB, keeps it a 1-run deficit. The Baltimore Orioles 2, the Cincinnati Reds 1. This is Game 1 of the 1970 World Series from Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. Steeler Fan 1933 is here. Our good friend Matt. Hope all is well. For the Reds, it'll be Bench, May, and Carbo. That's a bunch of homers there. They need 1 to tie, 2 to go ahead. Jim Palmer so far, 7 innings, 1 run off the bat of Bobby Tolan. It was a homer. He's walked 4, struck out 8, given up 5 hits. Bench 1 for 3. Here's the pitch to Johnny. Bench does a great job. He works a walk, tying run at first base for Lee May. Bench, again, if he gets a lead, Palmer not good at holding runners. Let's get that lead, Johnny. And Bench dives back as Powell slaps the tag on it. Shortens his lead up. Lee May 0 for 3. Palmer hoping for the double play bat off the bat of Lee May. Belanger, Johnson playing for 2 up the middle. Palmer, slide step to the plate. Lee May singles up the middle. He bounced it past Palmer, and it picks up speed on that turf. Bench stops at second. Here come the Cincinnati Reds. No outs, 2 on for Bernie Carbo. Carbo walked in his last at-bat. Prior to that, struck out and grounded out. He's 0 for 2. The pitch to Bernie. Will he go boom? Carbo laces that ball right at Belanger. Bench goes diving back to second as Johnson was closing in for the double play. And Carbo shaking his head. Palmer and the Orioles dodged a bullet there. 1 out, 2 on for Jim Stewart. The pitch to Jimmy. And Jim Stewart is going to smash this ball deep to right center field. No one's going to get that. It's going to be off the wall. It bounces away from Blair. Bench scores. They're waving May around. And Stewart slides into third safely. The Reds take a 3-2 lead. Just like that, the fortunes has turned into Cincinnati's favor with the triple from Jimmy Stewart. Not that Jimmy Stewart, this Jimmy Stewart. And there is much joy here at Riverfront Stadium. 3-2 Reds. Concepcion 0 for 1. Infield in for the Orioles. Can Davey get a fly ball deep enough to score Stewart or slap it past the drawn-in infield? The pitch to Concepcion. And before that happens, Earl Weaver makes a pitching change. He'll go to Dick Hall, the righty. Hall, 10-5 with 3 saves, 3.10 ERA. Hall has a word with Hendricks. Hendricks back behind the plate. Here's the pitch to Davy Concepcion. And this is going to be a deep enough fly ball. That's to center. Blair going back at the track. He has it. Stewart will tag up and score, and it's now 4-2 Cincinnati. Yes. Clay Carroll. 2 outs. We're gonna go to our closer. That's Merritt. He's a lefty. Maybe we stick with Clay Carroll. Let's check out who's coming up. Righty, pinch hitter. Redeman came into left. I missed that. I think we're gonna stick with Clay Carroll. Oh, Merritt's a starter. What the hell am I saying? Granger. He's the closer. 30. Oh, we're going to go to Granger, absolutely. He's a righty. Okay, let's go. All right. Hall's a righty. We're going to go to Cheney, the switch hitter. He'll bat lefty. Clay Carroll did his job. He kept it a one-run deficit. He's in line to get the win. As Steve says, Mr. Stewart was in that Joe Morgan trade with Helms and Lee May. So they went to the Astros then, because that's where Mr. Joe Morgan was. Here's Darrell Cheney. 232 with a homer and 4 ribbies. 95 at-bats. Hall deals to the switch-hitting Cheney with 2 outs. Cheney pulls it to the right side. Powell comes up with it and tosses to Hall, who steps on the bag. We go to the top of the 9th. The Reds have a 4-2 lead. Will we reverse history here in Game 1? And we're going to go to the closer. Wayne Granger, 6-5, 2.65 ERA, 35 saves. So Wayne Granger will come in. Corners. Why are we playing? He could bunt. He could bunt. We should play guard. We'll play guard. We'll play corners in. Perez in at third. May in at first. Belanger 0 for 2 with a walk. He walked in his first at bat. Has flown out the next 2. Those were off Gary Nolan. Nolan off the hook. Carroll can get the win now. Here's the pitch from Granger to Mark Belanger, Pittsfield, Massachusetts native. Belanger lines out to Davy Concepcion. Hit it on the screws. Nothing to show for it. Reds 2 outs away from taking Game 1. Here comes a pinch hitter for Hall, and it's Terry Crowley. Crowley would go on to play for the Reds later on. You see him in a Reds cap there. Crowley, left-handed batter. 257 with 5 homers and 20 ribbies. 4-2 Reds. Bench goes out to have a word with Granger on how they want to deal with Terry Crowley. Bench back behind the plate. Squats down, sets the target. The pitch to Crowley. And Crowley does his magic. He's going to double to right center field. No one's going to get there. Rose gets to the ball, tosses it back in. Crowley stands at second. The tying run comes to the plate, and Merv Redeman. Redeman came in for Buford. Redeman, 322 average with 18 homers. If he goes yard, we have a 2-2 game. Well, this is what they pay you for, Mr. Granger. Crowley's run means nothing. It means nothing. They got to get Merv Redeman. Granger looks in at bench. He's ready. Nods his head. The pitch to Merv Redeman. Redeman pops it up. Right side, May calling for it. And the Reds' first baseman makes the play. 2 down. Crowley will be off on contact. Cincinnati 1 out away from taking Game 1. Here's Paul Blair. Blair is 2 for 4. He has flown out, ground out, doubled in a run, and singled. In that order. You don't want to get to Boog Powell, that's for sure. Granger takes a deep breath. He's ready. Pitch inbound to Paul Blair. And they're going to pinch hit for Paul Blair with Chico Salmon. 250. So, let's see. That makes no sense by the PC. I would have stuck with Paul Blair. Oh, wow. So, Earl Weaver. There's going to be questions here if Salmon makes the last out. Bench wants to go out and have a word with Granger. Now back behind the plate. They're ready to deal with this pinch hitter, Chico Salmon, former Cleveland Indian. Here's the pitch to Chico. Less the man. And he's going to pop it up right side. This ball game is over. Milt May squeezes it. The Cincinnati Reds take Game 1 of the 1970 World Series 4-2 by getting 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Clay Carroll will get the win, and Wayne Granger the save. The loss goes to Jim Palmer. They'll be questioning Earl Weaver for bringing in Chico Salmon to pinch hit for Paul Blair, who was 2 for 4. Let's go to the box score. There you have it. Palmer, the loss, 7 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. Walked 4, struck out 8, gave up the homer to Bobby Tolan. Hall went 2/3 of an inning, scoreless. Gary Nolan, no decision, 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, only 1 was earned. 5 walks, 4 strikeouts. He gave up a homer to Brooks Robinson, I do believe. Let's just double check that. Yes, it was Brooksy. The win goes to Clay Carroll, a solid inning of work. No hits with a strikeout. The save goes to Wayne Granger. He gave up a double, but then shut the door. Wow, they're going to be questioning Earl Weaver for sure. As D. Scott Howard says, odd decision there. Absolutely. Steve Roses says, heck of a game, Al. Very entertaining. Thank you very much, my friend. And we got the win. In this little project, when we play some of these World Series, I always play as a losing team. If we make it to 1976, I get to play as Billy Martin in the Yankees. I actually love Billy Martin. So there you have it. The big 8th inning where Cincinnati got 3 runs. And again, I play with as-played lineups and pitching staffs, but when it comes to the moves, I'm going to make the moves I want to do. And they worked today. The Reds win 4-2. In reality, the Reds lost this game 4-3 in a highly controversial play. The thumbnail shows the play. Bernie Carbo was actually safe at the plate on a chopper. Ellie Hendricks tagged him with the glove, but the ball was in the other hand, and you're safe on that. Look up the rules. Had there been replay, the Reds would have most likely won Game 1 of the World Series in 1970. Maybe things would have been different. Maybe they would have lost 4-2, or maybe they would have won. It's a really interesting World Series because 3 out of the 4 games were competitive, highly competitive. 3 out of the 5 games, excuse me, as the Orioles defeated the Reds 4-1. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to thank D. Scott Howard, the Goat Whisperer. Check out his wonderful channel. Thank you to Steve Roses. Thank you to Robert James, who checked us out, I believe, for the first time, and he seemed to enjoy himself. He was chatting away, and that's what we're all about, having fun. Our good friend Steeler Fan 1933, a.k.a. Matt, has Steve Roses says, Al 1, Weaver nothing. That was a bizarre move. That was a bizarre move by the PC. Highlight Heyday was here. Check out his wonderful channel. Dave Gardner, check out his wonderful YouTube channel. Of course, Digital Dice, they had a wonderful interview. Dave and Ron with a gentleman who created a basketball game. Legends, Friday Night Legends, I think, for the basketball, I think. Card and Dice, Tabletop. Check that out on Digital Dice. Jim L., hope all is well. He was here. And Butch Haber. So thank you. If you enjoyed the stream, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you do subscribe, hit the bell for notification when we go live. We'll have Game 2 most likely tomorrow, and then we'll have some boxing coming up. Legends of Boxing. I was going to do some boxing tonight, but I'm still recovering from COVID, and my throat goes in and out. Baseball, I can stay calm enough where I don't lose my voice. So thank you for your time. I greatly appreciate it. Cincinnati wins 4-2. Really fun game. Stay safe. Be smart. God bless. Reds win 4-2. Till next time, I love you all.